Sefer Bam, Iguabri, Iyuwa, Oyabab Okurama, Oyabab Osonga, Oyabab Temnam, oh.
Yes, sir. Once again, fellow Biafrans, lovers of freedom, men and women of goodwill, conscious people wherever you are all over the world, I will say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and to some of you, good night, depending on your time zone. This is Radio Biafra Extra, and we are streaming live through Radio Biafra London, being anchored by the Deputy Leader of the Indigenous People of Biafra, Mazi Uche Okafor Mefo. He is from Anambra State, Abatete in Anambra State, Biafra land. Is the man who have assured us that he will not allow the heart of this project to see corruption. And of course, one day we will understand the implication behind those words. Mazi Uche Okafor Mefo is standing on a deputizing capacity on behalf of our Supreme Leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the Prince of Afari Beku, heir to the throne of Ibeku Kingdom, the one and the only man who stood up to speak for the collective interests of the Biafran people for almost 60 years now. By the special grace of Chukwu Kikabiama, I remain George Onyibe. I am from Abo. Abo is in Delta State, and Delta State is Biafra land. Of course, we will not proceed until we acknowledge the Creator, Chukwu Kikabiama, the one who sits in heaven and preside over the affair of man, the one who has set our feet upon this path that we must follow. For he is the lifting up of our head. He is our guide, a matter both great and small, and he remains the primordial influence that drives us in everything we do. In my own simple way, I will say to him this evening, Anye na jage mao, nejoku ne maramae, ihunanya ne nage, ubiomage, ujuru anyanya dadio, ingwe gembangwe, odi unye dekage, ebu wafa no mega. Anyị niile na-asị na n'edemao. And now we must go to our study this evening. Do not forget on this segment, the theme remain back to your root. Like I always say, you must get used to it. We must get to the stage where we are able to appreciate our ancestors, our father, and their father before them, because they've done great things for us. Believe me, they are the best of Homo sapiens that has walked this earth. Back to your root. We misplace our priority, and sometimes it could be as an act of wickedness, because misplacement of priority could 90% be attributed to acts of wickedness. Our team remain back to your root. on this segment. And tonight, or rather on this series, we have been looking at a topic that is entitled, What We Must Know About Some of the Basic Amenity / Facility in our localities as a people. As a Biafran, our basic amenities, there are so many. But we look at just few of them, about 5 or 6 of them. Very important. These are the things we must guard jealously. And hopefully you will understand. When you see Fulani walking everywhere in our land, most of you cannot be able to comprehend what their target is, including your Yoruba pastor and Boko Haram, all of them. They tamper with our basic amenities. These things, they know we need them on a daily basis. Yesterday, by the grace of Almighty Chukwuka Kabiama, we were able to look into the first aspect of these basic amenities, which is the food we eat. Today, we will go to the water we drink. These basic amenities we are considering on this series, number 1 is food, number 2 is water, number 3 is drink and alcohol, number 4 is our medicine, number 5 is clothing, number 6 is sport and health facility. Today is the second day of this study. We look at water, drinking water. The first area we need to look at is what we must know about water on a daily basis. And now, looking at human being for who we are, it is said that the total component or makeup of human being between the adolescent stage to that of the adult stage, you begin to look at about 45 to 78% of water that makes up the human being. And as such, you must understand the important role, the vital role water plays in our life. You drink water, and most of you do not understand that even the air itself contains water, that at the end of the day, they land on your skin, and your skin absorbs them. But we are not going deep into biology on that aspect. Let's focus on the drinking water. In those days, as a child, in those days, in my place, Abo, where I come from, where I was born, we have something known as water board. I want us to look at the source of our drinking water because it's very important. And now, as a child, we normally get our drinking water from 2 sources. Number 1 is from the river or the stream, whatever the case may be. And the number 2 is from rainfall. As a child, when we come back from school during the dry season, we go to the river. And when you get to the river is divided into sections. I want you to listen very carefully. The river may be flowing from the west to the south. Now understand. If it's flowing from the west to the south, or how do I bring the picture clear to you? Okay, let's say the river is coming from the upside. In my river and most river in my community, that place where the water is coming out from happens to be the very area where we have public bathing area. And so everybody, both man and women, young and old, as far as you can swim, we go to that side. And then you come down a little bit, it is another area meant for the women. The women have where they normally swim. And when you come down a little bit, you see the other side meant for the children to swim. And when you go down a little bit, you have the area where we wash clothes. And then you move down a little bit, we have the place where our mothers soak cassava for akpu. And then you go to the end of the river where all the dirty from the beginning collect to the end. That is where we have the spot where we fetch drinking water. I cannot comprehend the rationale how our ancestors did this anyway. Because from my own observation and calculation, since the water is coming from up and we start polluting this water all the way from up down. Why did our ancestors say fetch drinking water from that down, where all the polluted water flows to? But you know the truth there. Anywhere the community come and say this spot is for drinking water, no matter the amount of soap you put on the upper side of the river, it flows down to that drinking pot. That drinking position is always very neat. And so in our river, we have a located spot where we go to fetch drinking water. And I can tell you that for the first 10 to 12 years of my life, I drink water from the river in my community. Even though sometimes when rain falls, it carries all the debris in the community inside the river. But here the next morning, we go to that river and we drink water. Most of you may experience what I'm saying anyway. And so don't play Americana for me, because it won't help you. And now all this while, we do not hear about cholera. We don't hear about all these diseases. I can say the first 10 years of my life, I drink river water. That is one way of getting drinking water. Then sometime, depending on the weather we are in, before we go to school, we go to the river and fetch water, maybe one bucket. And when we come back from the school, you may have to fetch one bucket before you eat. And then when we finish eating, we go back to the river. And if I think about the water we drink in those days, if your children drink it today, most of them will die. Only those of us in Niger Delta, like Bayelsa, River State, the riverine area, Akwa Ibom, they are the one who can still drink this poto water and still remain human being. We will come there later. And then the next way of getting drinking water is during the rainy season. Now the rivers are polluted. You cannot go there to fetch water because it normally flows the debris into the river. And what do? We have well at home. You can imagine after 6 months or 5 months of dry season, the second rain is going to bring in very dirty water because it's going to wash the roof down. In most cases, it takes all this dirty down inside the well. We call it ome. And the water begins to gather there. And throughout the rainy season, we'll be able to store water in those wells that can lead us into 2 months or less or more within the dry season. And every year, we normally go to the well and wash it and the bottom, mob it very well, wait for the next year. And I tell you, the kind of water we drink, they are not very good. But we don't hear of all the diseases you hear about today. We will come to that later. We are talking about drinking water. And then maybe at about 12 years, between 8 and 12 years, I begin to hear about water board. And then Nigeria was trying to live up to her responsibility. They introduced water board. Our water board, those of you who come from Abo in those days, is in a place they call reservoir. From reservoir, they built something, a tank. Then this tank, we go there, we subscribe for water. They call it pipe-borne water. And we connect to our house. The same way you connect light in those days, we connect water. And then we have drinking water. But whether we drink water from the river, whether we drink water from the well, rainfall, or water from water board, it really does not make any difference. It really does not make any difference in our life because we are healthy. I'm just trying to create a scenario so you know what is going on. But today, I can tell you that, for instance, in River State, a company known as Indorama Petrochemical, I think it is managed by Indian people. I don't know if Indian people own it because I believe Atiku have share in that very company. Only God knows the chemical they are washing. So from element where they are, they begin to wash that chemical. It flows into almost all the river within River State before it distills into the Atlantic Ocean. Are you telling me you are going to drink that water now? Because George Onyibe said, I used to drink river water, you will die for nothing. Don't forget, Adeyinka grandson threatened that when he wants to kill the Igbos, he's going to bring his nuclear weapon and he's going to poison all the water in Biafra land and all of us will die. To some of you, you will say he's bluffing. But indirectly, they are revealing to you how they are killing us. And that is why you must be very careful when it comes to these basic life amenities. And now what most of you cannot count on is that you think that the oil spill killing the fishes in the river, you think they are natural. They are gradually poisoning our water. Those of you within the Ogoni Axis, Eleme, all of you know you cannot dig borehole. All of you know you don't have, even when you manage to dig borehole today, in Ogoni land, in Eleme, you won't get water. You draw crude oil. The crude oil, you don't even know how you look like. The crude oil British government look like. So deliberately, they know that if they can contaminate about 45 to 87% of your body makeup, you are dead. Using AK-47 is just to fasten the genocide. But they poison our source of water. And now I want to bring to your mind that as we speak today, they know what they are doing. They make sure water body is not functioning. Everybody is digging borehole. And they will never tell you the ripple effect of borehole drainage in every compound in Biafra land. But we are not going to go there. But today, like it were in the beginning, that is not how it is today. Now let me tell you the truth. I went to Ebonyi State, that should be around 1996. If I'm not mistaken. I actually went there to work somewhere, they call the place Nza Umuhuale. I may not be able to pronounce it very well, but that is how I was told, and that is how I call it all the period I stayed in that community. It is called Nza Umuhuale. And when I got to that community, I asked them for drinking water, and they gave me water. It was lime water. In fact, this water, when they pour it inside the glass cup, in less than 2 minutes, it has turned to Fanta, yellowish in color. And I was like, what is going on here? They say that is how their water looks like. And then they went to end of that community, they dug a drainage. And during the rainy season, all the water flows into that community. And so I came there towards December time. So the water in those drainage are drying up already. And so, but we still have to go to that drainage because the man we went to work for actually has a borehole. Before you finish pumping the water, it turned to Fanta immediately. And now those of you who come from that area, so you know we don't lie. His name, he owns Ferrod Oil. The guy owns Ferrod Oil. I'm one of the people that built his house, that designed his house. And it was his house I came to. And so when we go to this drainage, to get this water, you can't believe it's mud water. We now put alum to make the water settle. I cannot tell you it's a good thing because in that community, I can assure you that almost 90% of the children in that community, as of that time, have guinea worm. It's an eyesore. It's an eyesore. You will see a little baby like this, worm will pierce maybe the throat, and the parents will take palm oil and rub there. And you see the worm coming out. Guinea worm was ravaging that village. We have to pay transport fare from Ebonyi State down to Enugu. Although then Ebonyi State was not yet created. So they were still Enugu State. So we have to go to Holy Ghost to buy pure water to drink. And there are a lot of things I learned from there. Because they warned us and said, don't condemn our water. If you condemn our water and you drink our water, it will kill you. So even though the water is bad, accept it with clean heart, and it shall be well with you. And I remember the song that say, water no get enemy. But Biafrans, now water don't get enemy. Because we are in Nigeria, water now have enemy. And now these are some of the things I want you to understand when it comes to their basic amenities. Do you know that Nigerian government somewhere early this year and late last year went to all the schools in Biafra land? Yoruba were the contractors. They were forcing the owner, school proprietors to allow them, give them free water plant treatment. Those of you who own school will know what we are saying. I used to own Juniper Academy before now. And so I know what I'm telling you. Those of you who are still school proprietors, you know that there were times Yoruba people were even calling you. Most of you are surprised. How do they know your house? They even come to visit some of you at home. And what do they want? They want to dash you water treatment plants. The same way Nigerian Army tell you that they want to come and vaccinate your children. The same way now they are doing Operation Show Your ID Card. Nigerian Army now are the one collecting ID card. Why are they trying to force you? But to you, you are drinking water. What do they call it? Dispenser, water dispenser. They have big name, different name. Aqua crush, aqua toilet, aqua this. You are drinking good water. My brothers, open your eye. They target the basic thing they know we need on daily basis. And once they poison it, we are gone as a people. Some of you go back and retrace the video, the second video, if not the first video, of Adeyinka grandson, that Yoruba guy. He said they will poison our source of water. And to cap it all on this first point, those of you who go to Yoruba church, December is fast approaching. They will tell you, go to your river and fetch water from your river. When you are returning after the Christmas, bring it, let us do you family deliverance. But you don't have sense. Yoruba doing you family deliverance. Most of you are even sent and say, go to your village, fetch water from your river and bring it for us. But you don't see what they are doing to you. But we must continue. Number 2. We consider, we must understand that as a black man, your immune system is controlled by what you take. Even when we talk about food or when we talk about water. As a black man, your immune system is not the same thing with Japan or China. Don't let anybody deceive you. They know. It is the black man that made scientists to discover that the cell of human being can live outside the body. We know how many people the colonial master killed trying to run medical experiments to make human cell live outside human body. It never worked until a woman was victimized. She was sick. The husband was sick, or rather the woman was sick. They run an experiment on her, and for the first time they discover that human cell can live outside the body. And ever since then, you never know the atrocity they have committed in the guise of technology. But we will not go there today. What am I saying? Go and ask the Onyibe in South Africa. They will tell you sun is not friendly. When they stay under the sun, I'm talking about African sun. I don't know of European sun. Go and ask the Onyibe in South Africa. When they stay under the sun 1 hour, the next thing is they have skin cancer. But I tell you the truth. The more I, George Onyibe, stay under the sun, the darker I become, the smoother I become, the oiling I become, I glow. And now you see there are differences. The same thing is applicable. I can drink gutter water and I'm okay. But if Onyibe don't drink water that is sterilized through laser beam or another technology, only God knows what will happen to them. And then I will pass a message to you, Biafrans that are poor. Don't deceive yourself. What you give to your body is what your body gives back to you. Now, when you are behaving like a fine boy, a big boy, a jabota, you are buying bottled water, you are buying sterilized water, make sure you can manage it to the end. Because with this current government policy of starvation, they will starve you. You now move from bottled water to sachet water. You will die untimely death because your immune defense system is weak. But in those days where we used to drink river water, who born disease? Who born cholera? Who born all those kind yama yama? They don't have a chance. And so when you are not sick as a child, the day you are brought down by sickness, you die instanter. Because your immune system, your defense mechanism are not strong. They are weak because you have always been supporting them with chemical. Now use your tongue and count your teeth. We go to the next aspect I want you to understand when it comes to drinking water here in Biafra land. What was the source of drinking water from Biafra land? I have made that clear to us before now. Use your tongue and count your teeth. Use your tongue, count your teeth very well. And what are we supposed to do, having gotten this knowledge and this understanding with our drinking water? Because while you are waiting for Hausa to use AK-47, they are busy poisoning our source of drinking water already. They go to school and say they want to give you water treatment plant. And your child schools, most especially those of you in government school, and any governor in Biafra land that allow Nigerian government to freeze water treatment plant in the school. Both the headmaster or head teacher, both the commissioner of education, all of you, and you refuse to tell the parents of these children, it shall not be well for your own children. Your children will die untimely death. And if you are told as a parent, and you don't take precaution to save the next generation of Biafra, it shall not be well with you. I place a curse on all of you because you know. But if you don't know, may God forgive you. Number one, Biafra mothers and father. When your children are going to school, if you don't have money to buy feeding bottle, go and look for plastic or Fanta or Coke. Wash it and warn your children because they will poison this water. Adeyinka didn't just threaten. Adeyinka said what they have planned. Adeyinka may be saying what he's saying as a drug addict in London, but I notice everything Adeyinka is saying is a masterminded plan already. The same way Adamu Farouk and Kule said what he said. Our leader reviewed this thing. That people say it's a propaganda. I hope you are enjoying the propaganda now because the propaganda have become manifestaganda. Don't let them deceive you. They are poisoning our source of water already. And so if a cross-section of the next generation of Biafrans are poisoned in the school through drinking water, what do they need AK-47 for? And most of you will be poisoned in the hospital. They call it general hospital. But do I have any other alternative for you? No. And that is why everybody must pray for Biafra restoration. What water are they using to mix calling injection water for you? But it will amaze you. Biafrans must wake up. The water we take are very important. They will do everything to pollute this water. They will do everything to make sure they narrow us down to one source of water. And are we talking about pure water? More than 50 or 70% of the pure water available is sachet of typhoid fever. It's not pure water. You are drinking chemical that will destroy your liver and you die. And that is why I go to your villages. There is no week in every village in Biafra land without burial. Died of great illness. Let us help ourselves. These people are targeting this avenue. They are killing many of us through them already. I'm not talking about the food now. I'm talking about even the water you drink. Yes, we may have good source of drinking water in Enugu, but majority of the river in Enugu is controlled by Fulani. You begin to tell me now, why are they more interested in our water? Because it will give them easy to kill us and nobody will know. I think there is monkeypox in Akwa Ibom now. Maybe chimpanzee pox will come in Enugu. And then they will have a cockroach pox in Bayelsa. And all of you will be speaking BB grammar. But poison your source of water. Because as we speak now, all the source of drinking water everywhere in Biafra land, almost 90% are under the control of the Fulanis. My brothers, wake up. My people, wake up. Don't ever forget that our detractors are gradually reinstalling all this way of our life. They are upsetting it into their own region. That is why they are working very hard to discourage us from there. They are trying to re-engineer, redesign our way of life. And when they do that, they are implementing it in their own place. You should ask yourself why. I have taken time before now to wonder, why is it that our ancestors are evil? They are primitive. They are chimpanzee. They don't have sense. I agree. Then the colonial masters, their ancestors are very wise, very intelligent, technologically advanced. I agree. But they never rest. Day and night, they are studying our ancestors. So why are they not studying their own ancestors? Onyibe will never rest. Every day they are studying your ancestors. You are saying your ancestors is sinful. Your ancestors don't have sense. But the people you worship that they have sense. Day and night they are studying your ancestors. Why are they not studying their ancestors? Because the ancestors have nothing to offer. I must tell you without apology. As a Biafran, you're not seeing what is coming. You are speaking BB grammar. May God have mercy upon you. I'll be back in a minute.
Yeah.
Long live our POB members, Bombo Clark, we are your POBs. Umuchinaka, your man.
Biafra in London, Biafra in Germany, Biafra everywhere. Biafra in Russia, Biafra in Malaysia, everybody likes it. They tried to kill us many years ago, killing the people of Biafra, destroying the people of Biafra. But somebody said to all the IPOB, respect the leader of indigenous people. Nobody can stop Biafra, I say it. Nobody can stop Biafra. Nobody can stop Biafra because Biafra is strong. You can judge the leader of Biafra. You can kill the people of Biafra, but never, never change their decision. Every time I play this about Biafra, I wish me every day. Every time I sing this about Biafra, I wish me every day. They tried to kill us many years ago, killing the people of Biafra.
Yes, sir. At this moment, our lines are open and you are free to call in. Maybe they are poisoning the source of drinking water in your community. Maybe there is something they are doing which you know is bad. This is the time for you to blow your alarm. Let every Biafra, most especially in Biafra land, be at alert. Be at alert. These people will stop at nothing until we are gone as a people, because they want oil and gas, and oil and gas we shall give to them. Of course, our WhatsApp line is 070-815-45642, 070-815-45642 is our WhatsApp line. Our direct line is 081-221-52971. Our direct line once again is 081-221-52971. And special number for the female is 081-288-58614. 081-288-58614. Biafrans across the globe, rise up, save the next generation. Most of you don't see what is happening, but let us not wait until it becomes so dangerous for us, too late for us to save ourselves. The issue of Adamu Farouk is playing out on daily basis, and most of you can't see it. And many more is coming. Call on WhatsApp. Are you there? Call on WhatsApp.
Mazi George Onyibe.
Good evening from here. Go ahead, please. Your name and where you calling from.
The fearless lion with limitless life. I tried to call you yesterday because the yesterday program was so heated. And I tried to call just to say kudos to the Ebonyi IPOB members. My name is Ike Ike. You know, I really appreciated those guys shouting for the zoo or police and army to shoot. And for the first time in their life, they are tired of shooting. They shoot. I command you to shoot me. Eh? The people, the army say, take your trouble and go. And that's how Biafra going to go. They will be tired. They will be tired. Eh? The other Fulani man is saying people will suffer when they go. Eh? Are we asking Argentina to cry for us? We're immune to suffering. Eh? Biafrans are immune to suffering. Eh? So let them let us go, let us suffer. You know? The head of United, or is it United Nations or what, said to Mezurike, go away. You are not IPOB leader. The IPOB leader we know is Mazen Nandekano. What kind of dirty slap is that? These people keep disgracing themselves. They keep disgracing themselves. I hope now Britain that is killing Biafra, they have now seen how Hausa Fulani have sold them out to Russia. They have seen. They have no relevance again. Russia has taken over. China have taken over. Then where is Britain? If they know the needful, let them support IPOB to still become relevant in Nigeria. Otherwise, Hausa Fulani have sold their interest. Mazi Dodurigi, may God continue to bless you. May God continue to bless Mazen Nandekano for us. And Mwokike, the able deputy of IPOB. And every one of you that is working so hard, despite the risk, despite the intimidations, despite the trouble, to make sure Biafra is realized. It's only God. It's only God that is fueling your people. I personally do not know how you people could have the strength to carry on with this struggle. But every day is new. Every day, new topic, different topic. It's only God that is doing it. And all I can say is, let that God that have called you guys, let that God will never disappoint you.
Thank you.
That God
much.
will never let you down. That God will continue to protect you. That God will continue to provide for you and your family. Yes, that God will continue to provide. Mazi, I appreciate every one of you because I know Odero is easy.
Thank you very much.
There are some people that will be doing this job now. The wife will say, nah, here. How many years now?
Many,
you know?
many of our brothers, their wife has run away. Many of our brothers. If you check even on Facebook, there is somebody there, Izuki Chinyeri Celestina. He's saying, I'm tired of hearing story when we this Biafra come. But she's not an IPOB. If he's married, the husband is not an IPOB. She's in Yoruba church. And they are the people who take our water to go with the Yoruba pastor to pray for them for progress. Yoruba giving you progress. You people are the reason why we are talking. We will continue talking until this talk will kill all of you, even before we will carry gun for all of you.
Thank you very much, them. God bless you, my dear brother. Keep up the good work. You know, you will reap, all of you will reap, you know, the benefits of what you're struggling for. In Jesus' name. God will never let you down. Honestly, because this project is divine. God bless you, sir.
Thank you very much.
Bye for now.
We must continue. People must understand. We know how Yoruba, how they behave. We are not carrying gun. Maybe we shall one day. We have not killed anybody. But do not count on it that it's going to remain like this every day. But you are so paranoid. Oh, they are exposing us. Oh, they are exposing us. Yaman, you know, Talokanshi. And you you answer Yoruba name and come. Let me address you in your proper level of stupidity. You want to go to heaven. If I want to kill you now, you not agree. I thought heaven is your destination. Why don't you die quickly and go to heaven? Where you pray, angels in heaven gather. Look at all of you fooling yourself. Your pastors are carrying bodyguard, but they want to go to heaven. Don't let me give you mouth. Nonsense people. Are you there, caller on the line? Can you hear me, please?
I just want to say you are a great man. You are a great man, and you continue to be a great man. For the lecture you are giving to our people, may God bless you, bless you, bless you, and bless your family. Mazi, there is something you said about water that I just want to ask you one question. Please don't be annoyed. There's one name you said you call well in Abo.
We call it Ome.
Okay, Mazi. Mazi, I am from Old Aguata local government, and you know we call well Ome. In the olden days, our people used to store water in Ome. You understand?
Yes.
So my name is Mazi Chukwu-Kadido-Okori. Mazi Chukwu-Kadido-Okori is from Arokweze and Kedina Anambra. I know we are the Chukwu people that are living in Anambra now. So we call that well Ome. So during dry season, they store water. They make, when those days the houses are all this thatch house. Then they make a ridge where the water will now from there go to that place and be storing. I heard what you were saying. Me, like me that is here, even in my village today, we still drink stream water. We still drink stream water. Forget about all the pure water or whatever they are doing. We still drink spring water. There is one river in Anambra State that is called, some people call it Odo, some people call it Ogo. This river is river that goes with it goes faster than gate. It goes faster than gate when you want, especially during the rainy season. So if you're trying to pass that water, you have to open your legs. If you don't open your leg, and that water will carry you, and the next thing it cover you with sand. Do you know that water, how we used to produce drinking water on it is that you go inside the water because it's not deep. It's not deep at all. You use the sand, make round sand, so that the water will be going the other side and going the other side. And the middle of that sand that you make, that is where the pure water comes out. The whole water that goes on the other side is just like, very dirty water that you can never put in your mouth. But once you make that sand round, and that water is not, the bad one is not entering there, the next one that is coming up from the ground is completely pure water. So our people drank all this water and nothing was happening to us. But a Onyibe man cannot drink it. If you drink that water, you will die. Cancer will come and do what have you. That's why when our people comes out to say our ancestors do them this, our ancestors do them this, I'm not saying that some of them were not bad. They showed our people they were deceived, and they showed our people.
That is what they told us.
But you that are here now today, see what is happening, see what planet people are doing, see how these people are burning our children's goods at the border, whereas their own people use machines in hundreds and thousands of them, loaded with rice, riding it, nobody is holding them. But I saw what they were burning today. Those things are not bags of rice. I don't think clothes is prohibited in Nigeria. At least I know that Jonathan opened a border to import clothes. But I saw what they were burning. The army were burning people's goods along the border. I saw it today. Onyibe, I cried. This is our people's being destroyed. This is the phone conversation of Adekure and the Adam Farouk, or whatever they call the useless man then. And please, I want to advise our people today. Whenever you are talking in the radio and you want to mention Nigeria and zoo, mention zoo and add it Nigeria, so that the people, you can say Nigeria called zoo, called Nigeria, so that other people that does not know who we are talking about will know. Because if you keep saying zoo, 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 yes, we know that Nigeria is zoo, but some part of Western world does not know who is zoo. So when please let us bring Nigeria called zoo. because they are even Zoo, our Mazin Namdekano was so soft to them. Because Zoo is better than them.
He's a kind man. You're supposed to call them Igbo Nsen. Just that Onyibe will not understand the meaning of Igbo Nsen. Donald Trump was close to knowing that truth. Shithole Nigeria.
Yeah.
Go ahead, please.
Man, I have seen dogs save a child. I have seen dogs save a child. I have seen animals who know where the animal died. They round up and cry. I have seen where some lion want to kill what do they call it? Those ones run around and chase the lion away. But our elders, our elders, because why I pointed out about this water now, tomorrow somebody will say, George Onyibe is not it's an Igbo man, it's not an Igbo man. Eh? What is wrong with our people? What is wrong with the head of our people? Eh? Look at this place now where we are. You can never be prime minister here if Queen say you will not be. If you did not go to Queen and Queen permit you to be. But our kings, our what they call them, all of them build a house in Lagos. They build a house in Kano. They build a house in Sokoto.
They all married Yoruba woman. All of them married Yoruba wife to be advising them in the ara.
Then they will be there answering king of Igbo land. That's why they will
king
not,
of
because
Igbo
of
with Yoruba wife.
Because of ordinary building. Because when they say, "Oh, I have investment," what investment do you have? You have building in Sokoto, you have building in Kaduna, you have building in Kano. Because you will not be able to sell it billions that you bring what you have down. I told you that if we want to make home New York today, we can do it. We can do it. What makes a country population in developed Lagos is the population in Lagos. Before, people were living in Fadeyi and Munshi. When there is no space again, people start moving to Ajanibadi. People start moving to all the places you feel water and it becomes heaven to you. Go to Fenta and see the mosquito that is one mosquito there will put head and carry you to river.
Thank you very much.
All those people you see in Lagos will be trooping to they will be trooping to Asaba. That's why they come out data. What is data? Data is a dating place. And we are proud. After we are data, we are Niger data, we are this, we are that. I used to quarrel with my wife is from data. I used to quarrel with his brother who doesn't want to support me. What is data? Why not Asaba? Why not our normal state? Why not our state? Why should we answer data state and you're proud of it? David Mark, this goes to you. You are answering David Mark. You don't want to answer your father's name. And that's why you will be proud to say you are on your data.
If he answer his
may God
father's
help
name,
your people.
if he answer his father's name, you will know what the role they played during the Civil War. That is why they don't want Biafra to come. Thank you very much, my brother.
I have said it. I want to see Mazu Onyibe International Airport. Is it in Abo? Is it in Omonede? Is it in Asaba? I want to see it. I pray God to see it. In the mighty name of Chukwukebiama, I pray. He said, thank you
very much.
Continue.
Continue. Are you there, caller on WhatsApp? Are you still there, caller on WhatsApp?
Yeah, I'm here, sir.
Thank you for holding on. You are a very patient man. Go ahead, please.
Yeah, all hail Biafra.
Oh, hey, Biafra, Biafra, we hail you.
Yeah, I am so grateful for you, Bishop Onyibe, because I call you Bishop because you preach more than Bishop. No bishop in that zoo called Nigeria who can challenge you. And I heard all members of Biafran freedom fighters. So my contribution this morning here in Indonesia, my name is Benjamin, and my Facebook name is Ideju Ogugu. Oh, I'm from Enugu in Enugu State. I'm here in Indonesia. What I want to tell our people now is about Indorama you mentioned. You understand? So, but m ga-ekwu ya n'onu be anyị maka ọ bụ ihe nne ka abịa gbasawa na ikuku especially anyị nwa ndị nọ n'obodo nke a. Hello. Yeah. Indorama, ndị nwe Indorama bụ Indonesia ebe nke a anyị nwa nọ. So, and Indorama nke nwere company na Eleme Port Harcourt, Obi Igbo, Biafra land. So Indorama ha jikwenu ihe kemikal aha eme gịnị egbusiche ụmụ Biafra na ihe so pollution ma ihe so mmiri ọṅụṅụ anya na-anwụchasị ndị be anyị ndị Biafra na-anwụchasị n'aka ha mana ha na ebe anụmanụ na-egbukwe na anyị na-eme nke a eme nke ọzọ na-eme ihe ya sị mere n'obodo anyị na-azụ ọgwụ ike na-eme nke a na-eme nke ọzọ while all medicine dị asị ihe ha na-ekwu ụfọdụ ihe ha na-ekwu asị asị ka ọ bụ so ihe mụnwa na-ekwu bụ na ha na-egbuchi anyị n'ala nke anyị nọkwara ebe nke a anyị nọkwa n'ebe ha ka na-egbukwa anyị n'ebe a kama na achọpụtara na ihe anyị na-ebu ihe sitere n'aka ndị Hausa Fulani ka ha mee gịnị ka ha na-egbukwere ndị Igbo ebe ọ bụla ndị Igbo gara mana ekele dịrị Chineke wepụtara our leader Nnamdi Kanu. So the other thing I want to put in about Yoruba church. This Yoruba church was my topic just yesterday. I always come live on Facebook to preach our people so that they can repent. So that they can repent because this thing that we are preaching about IPOB, about our people, is just as act of God when Noah was, preaching about the ending of this world. But many people don't believe. So it is in our people now today. We have been preaching, telling them truth, the real fact that Yoruba people don't like them, that Yoruba people can kill them. Yoruba people don't like them, but many of them don't believe. When you mention about Yoruba church, Oyedepo, TB Joshua, whatever they call their name, Adeboye, they will be tackling you. My Igbo people, my Biafran people, be wise and know that these people don't mean good for you people. These people don't mean good for you people. So what I'm telling our people is to boycott any Yoruba church, all these Yoruba Satanic church. None of them, every Yoruba pastor, every Yoruba prophet have shrine in his father's house. How many of Yoruba people were going their church? That Adebayo and Oyedepo them. How many of Yoruba people? Those people that are going, they use them as a pastor, as a branch pastor, to enslave you people. That we bringing them offering and tithes. But you people, my evil brother, don't believe. You don't believe what we are telling you people. Boycott anything concerning Yoruba church. You understand? So the other one about calling Nigeria zoo, that our leader called Nigeria, that Nigeria is zoo. He said it, and the people were tackling him. How can you call Nigeria zoo? But Trump, the world power, the first police of the world, called Nigeria a shithole. Now, is there anyone saying against calling Nigeria zoo again? Since that time that monkey and babu and snake is carrying money, doing this and that, they all have known that what our leader is preaching is truth, and we must follow him until we get Biafra, and Biafra is at hand. So what I'm telling our people, especially my people in Enugu Ezike, for them to wake up and join IPOB, because even some of them, other people that are following Biafran issue like Mazop and others, we are still confusing them. They don't know which one, what is one. They don't know what is different between IPOB and Mazop. So, but I'm telling them to do what? To go any nearest place, that place, and join indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, under Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, under Prophet Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And
Are you still there? Of course, Zoo.
Yeah, it's network.
Go ahead. Zoo Epileptic
Yeah,
Network.
yeah. Okay. So I'm advising my people from Enugu, if not because of IPOB, that our side have gone. Hausa Fulani, so as they are killing in that Benue State, see Benue State, see Kogi State, see Nsuka, see Enugu, we have common boundary with these people. And after they finish with the Benue people, they will enter Enugu. So what I'm telling you people is that only IPOB is our savior, that place. If not because of IPOB, Hausa Fulani for don't take that Enugu land. You understand? So only thing that can save us that place, we Nsuka people, is only this IPOB. And by joining it, it will help you people and help all Biafran. For we to do what? To achieve our freedom very soon. All help Biafran.
Okay, Biafra,
Thank you very much.
very much. We must continue.
Yeah.
Yes, Ife, are you still there?
Yes, Mazi. Good evening, sir.
Good
Mazi
evening
George
from
Onyibe.
here. Go ahead, please.
Yes, thank you very much, Mazi. And Mazi, I thank you very much for the job what they do for us, for this news, for this eye-opening way they give us every evening. Good evening, fellow Biafrans all over the world, lovers of freedom. Mazi, to contribute to what you tell us this evening, so this killing, so this pattern of killing where these people don't they do for how many years? This what do they call it? This style of giving us killing us by injection, by food, by water, by everything. Everything Fulani can get access to sell everything for the damnables who call Nigeria. Everything when they enter our belly, now then they sell out. Everything when they eat, our treatment. For the north, now they get the highest sickness, now they get the highest everything. But everything in our area, our college granite, kilishi, what an Hausa granite, indomie, pure water, everything. And some of our people still refuse to understand, say, there is a mission to destroy every one of us. Even if those things don't kill us instantly, there are one or two diseases where they put for our body. Because they not say we know they sick like them. See today now you go eat one of themselves. Waiting we know they see before now we they see for them on daily basis. Small children they get all manner of diseases. Sickness where we say we know for our land it's not there before. When I grow this, before I grow this, where everything comes, it's not there for our land. Our people know they sick all this kind of sickness. Tumor of ear, tumor of eye, tumor of nose, tumor of belly, tumor of everywhere. All of them they gather for Igbo level, they say different foundation, they find help from one or two help to cure themselves. Today I see picture when they carry food come. They burn the food, they burn all the food to hack it. They burn all this food to hack it. They don't want me food enter our place. But the last time when they fight war, they cause they close border. But this time, look at the strategy they are using. Look at the strategy. And some of our people, we don't know all these things, especially those people when they claim politicians, where they don't know all these things, they don't see the pattern of these people killing their people. They keep quiet. They think they don't go reach their turn. If they succeed, when maybe food costs scarce, because they see your people on daily basis, and they know they eat, they die of hunger. Meanwhile, food they enter north, towards Tikapa, steady they enter for that place through Niger border. That border, they know they close am. Now only Fulani now they get that border. No, the so-called west, the so-called south, they know they control that border with the north. They own that border. But the border in west, they control everything on top of our head. If we go produce rice by ourselves, they will say no. They don't poison that rice. That rice not good again. We chop chicken. They say no, our chicken not good. They don't do a death flu. We do this one. They say no. Everything about us is not good. Now the one where they bring come. So then now they walk until they dig big ball or they give us water. They drink water. Which kind of wahala be all this one? They very painful if we see. Especially those of us who are there for this side. So when they see waiting and they go through for that place, it they bust our head. Wake up! Okay, now wickedness, I won't call this one. What is thing get to do with you? You want to remain silent and very silent. The dead way they in the victim for way nobody way no more. You want that like a coward. poison you. You are dying slowly, slowly, slowly. Biscuit, indomie, everything. You are poisoning you slowly, 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 slowly. And you are doing nothing about it. Do you produce anything that Fulani eat? Which of our people they produce what Fulani in the shop? Which of our people of our region where they produce any single thing where Fulani in the shop? You know they. Now they produce everything. Wake up, fellow Biafran. Wake up. We go perish. So if we not wake up, we go perish. So every other people they stand on every other African country. So don't see now. These Onyibe people, demonic people, they see say, what do they call now? BBC, Channel TV. They carry this man, this Rwanda president, say na dictator, now this one. Mazi, sorry, make a quickly put this word because they tell our people say this, but they have a way of brainwashing us. Maybe say they will first square our leader first. Then they will not, if they see better leader, they will help us propagate them so that we the people will hate that person. Now, so I go interview for Paris. The first way they do me interview say, that man will die for that man will they give parable where die for one will be former president of South Africa. Don't forget his name. He said na dictator. Now I say he's not a dictator. He said he later changed. I said no, he's not a dictator. He was only fighting for the right of his people. So then they start to do this Rwanda president. Now BBC is publishing on his giving him all manner of negative names. Wake up! These people they are killing us slowly on daily basis. Thank you very much. Make I use this opportunity to tell our brothers and sisters for the wonderful job where they do for the resoluteness when they stand for this. Fulani, even as some say they see collect bullet, they see kiss up. But we must continue. No retreat, no surrender. We cannot die and we cannot perish as a coward. The better may we fight. May we gain a piece of our mind. That's why we remain slave. Thank you very much, fellow Biafrans all over the world. Almost say Biafra. Thank you.
Of course, there is no two ways about it. Thank you very much, Ada. We must continue. Are you there? Call on WhatsApp. Of course, that is a zoo called Nigeria Epileptic Network. Our people must understand. The truth cannot be overemphasized. Our sister Effie has said a lot. And let us go by that. Waiting Hausa Fulani they produce where Hausa Fulani they eat. But let me tell you the truth. If these people can stay and avoid everything concerning us, tell me, what is the yardstick that Hausa give us cooler? Hausa is now the one selling everything we eat. And they are poisoning your water. We continue from this series, but do not make any mistake about it. They will poison your food. They will poison your source of drinking water. Don't let anybody deceive you. They starved our father before us. Now starvation is ongoing. We are used to starvation. And so they are moving to the next progression level. And that is poisoning. Beware of your source of drinking water. If you have Fulani staying anywhere close to your river, chase them away. If they have polluted your river with oil spill, pray. Because after all, if Nigerian we pray for God to come and fight Boko Haram, you also pray. Let Nigerian clean your water for you. Caller on WhatsApp, can you hear me? Caller on WhatsApp. Of course, he's not there. Caller on the line, can you hear me?
Hello.
Good evening from here.
Good evening.
Go ahead, please.
Hello, sir. Hello, sir.
Go ahead, please. The world is listening.
Okay. My name is Anaya, calling from Aba. So, what is your hang, sir?
Your complaints are noted.
Hello, sir.
Your complaints are noted.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.
Carry you. They try well. Bless you.
God is faithful.
They try well. They try well. Carry go. I support you.
Caller on WhatsApp, are you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Go ahead, please, my brother.
Okay, so as I was saying, you know, there is one suggestion. Let me put it suggestion, if he might call it suggestion. So this our elders, the chief and the rest of them, the so-called princes and princesses that we have in that land, since 3 days or 5 days now, since all these zoo armies are killing us. Did they have nothing to offer? Eh? Or are we just to sit down like this, watching them without doing nothing? Do you have any other plan for these people?
Now, let me ask you, are you a member of IPOB?
Yes.
And then if you are a member of IPOB, I believe your coordinator should be informing you what is going on. When we come here to register our displeasure, we don't make decision here. This place is to gather our people. So if you ask me and you say,
sorry,
I'm okay, you have said, I just want to ask. And
yeah, because
what I want to bring out there is that they are not going to go free. But how they will meet their water low? You know, the secret of the night is best known to the owl. They will not go free. Not even in the next life. Not even in the next life. This is their time. They want us to move according to our leader. They want us to move into premature action. And then they will have the reason why all the ammunition they are gathering around the world, they will unleash it on our people. And many people are still inside Yoruba church. Yoruba church is the greatest poison. They are there, but they don't want to die. And so don't worry. Exactly. The only way to answer that question, the secret of the night is best known to the owl.
I took more than 30 minutes to analyze the Pastor Sunday Adelaya, what so called his name, this Yoruba man, towards his analyze about Biafra agitation. I took more than 30 minutes to analyze his speech. Believe me, if we could be able to do anything, I don't know the reason why still our brothers, especially we all Biafrans, are still going this Yoruba church. These people are evil.
But of course, without IPOB today, only God knows, only few of us will be left anyway. Without IPOB, only few of us will be left. Thank you very much. God is faithful.
Thank you.
We must
continue.
All Biafra. Caller on the line, are you there? Caller on the line. Are you talking to me or you are discussing while you call me? Unbelievable, according to my Of course, this is I take one more call and we round up on this segment. Are you there, caller on WhatsApp?
Yeah.
Caller on WhatsApp, are you there?
Yeah.
Go ahead, please.
Yeah. Onyibe, good evening from here. Good afternoon from here. My name is Emeka Wanko, calling from Indianapolis, USA. I'm from Ogunenugu, Biafra land. Amazi, I thank you for good work you are doing for people. How you educate us all the time. Honestly, I learn a lot from you. Every day, new topic. Amazi, I want to quickly comment on the issue of the poisonous water. That one time I visited Nigeria, and I went to a supermarket, a very big supermarket. I buy a bottle of Eva water. Immediately I drink the Eva water, I start having soft throat. Immediately. All my stay there, all what I do, I just boil my own water and drink it. That's all I do. So if now you are talking about the poisonous water, some people are stubborn to agree on what Radio Biafra is talking. Like regarding the issue of Yoruba churches here, the Redeemed Church, there's one incident that happened few years ago, and a data man is assistant pastor, and then they want to have a branch. Instead for them to make the data man as the pastor, they now because they regard them as Igbo. They now leave the data man, now went to Nigeria and tell their junior brother in Nigeria to quickly run to pastor school. And the junior brother finished pastor school, they now use through apostolic work, now bring the brother here. And if the data man is supposed to be the pastor, then I say, no, that God says this one. And that is when I begin to know that this Yoruba, They are doing politics in this region of a thing. Like you said, they said they want to go to heaven.
If they are doing politics, that would have been fine. They are doing worse than politics.
This is evil. Yeah.
And when you are telling our people they want to go to heaven, if you bring gun now, they run. That is why Fulani men are killing us. Because all of them are going to Yoruba church. They want to go to heaven and they are running. I think heaven is better than earth now. They should go to heaven and leave the earth for us.
When somebody come here and you as a church member and you apply for a loan, maybe to buy a car or to rent house, they won't give you the anything from data. So they call it impossible unless somebody deceived himself. I was one and brought up in Yoruba. Okay, Yoruba person will apply for loan in the church immediately. They will give the person $4,000, $5,000. Let's say a different person we apply for the same loan. They will say later after. Every day they are not hiding it. When you go to store to buy stuff, a different man, I know we shop a lot. We buy stuff more than 300. Make shopping more than $300 or $400. But your person will come and shop $50. You will see the hatred on the cashier face being a Yoruba person. Let us be calling things as stupid. And that is why Yoruba, when they gather themselves, they will say Onyibe, because they see us upon everything they are doing us. See a people as the Biafra see romancing them. These people don't hate us. They show the fear. They don't like us at all. Regarding on the issue of food we eat, you got your program yesterday. I tried to call. Regarding of food we eat, the white people they say our food is bad, our food is not good. Our people buy to eat. You see somebody answering Chiamaka, will be coming answering Jennifer. What is the meaning of Jennifer to Chiamaka? And so some will say, I don't eat fufu again. I don't eat Nigerian food. But there's some people here in America here that CNN doesn't broadcast. They call them Amish people. They don't use electricity. They don't cook with stove. They're white people. They don't cook with stove. They don't watch television. They don't use phone. They don't use anything digital. They don't use. Is that thing our people are using? Our father are using back in olden days in our land. That's what they are living here. But CNN will show it because they know that is where they can live naturally. They don't go to hospital because they don't sick. They eat natural food. But our people will come. No, I eat pizza. I eat this thing, and those pizza is not healthy like the natural food here. Okay, Mazi, let me drop it here. I really appreciate your teaching. You educate me a lot. The other day, I went to a store. Me and a Yoruba man is a professor at that. We had to have an argument. I want to debate about Nigeria. Do you know the man surrender in the history of Nigeria? I told him, I don't know about your professor, you educated, but this issue of Nigeria and Nigerian history right now, I will defeat you. And I defeat him in the argument. I thank Mama Azina Dekano and all the IPOB leadership for making us to understand our right, to know our right, to know how we can defend ourselves anywhere in the world. And I could do to our brother in Ebonyi State. They make us proud and they increase our spirits and morale more. Thank you, Mazi.
Thank you very much. We are going home.
I got respect to the Most High. Yeah. Biafra, the rising sun. Can you hear me now? Everywhere in the world, Biafrans are fighting for freedom. Freedom, yeah. Biafrans, we know what we want. Biafrans, we know what we need. All we want is Biafra. Biafra. All we need is Biafra. Biafra. Our leader have tell us the truth. Now we know who we are. Osaflani is killing Biafra. Biafra. Yoruba is looking for 10%. The water keeping silent. They are cleaning our people. No more one Nigeria. Yama convention is over, man. All we need is Biafra. I'm not saying this because I'm a Biafra. But I'm thinking of the life we lose every time that killing innocent people, yeah, raping our women, yeah. Who doesn't know about the 10%? Who doesn't know about the oil well? House of Fulani is killing Biafra. Yoruba is looking for 10%. The world are keeping silent. All we want is Biafra. We want to go home. Biafra.
Biafra, land of the rising sun. Bombo clan. It was good the devil and we chose good.
Enegwa is calling Biafra. Anani saying Biafra. Ogoja is saying Biafra. Enegwa is saying Biafra. Urobo is saying Biafra. Shekiri is saying Biafra. We want to go home. We want a freedom. We want to go home.
Yo, look again. I got nine. Biafra, the rising sun. Bombo clan.